Hey, English learners! Welcome back to Speak English Flow, the place where English stops feeling like a subject and starts feeling like a conversation you're actually part of. I'm Emma.
I'm Mohan.
Today, we've reached day 10 of our 30-day journey together, and we're tackling one of English's sneakiest little grammar habits. So glad you're here. Nobody here will judge your mixed up ing and to. Getting them backwards means you're already building full sentences, and that's real progress, not a real problem.
Nobody.
Not even me. Honestly, I once caught myself saying, I look forward to see you in a voice message to an actual client.
Emma, that's supposed to be my job.
I'm joking.
Okay, confession. I sent a work email last week. I look forward to work with you.
Did they notice?
No idea. They just replied, great, see you Monday. Now I reread every email I've ever sent.
Retroactive panic. Classic. What Mohan just admitted, panicking over one tiny word months later, I think every English learner listening has felt that exact spiral.
Even people who've studied for years?
Especially people who've studied for years, because gerunds don't look hard. They're just three letters, ing. But those three letters decide whether a sentence sounds natural or slightly off.
3 letters with that much power.
Exactly. And today, we're going to make those three letters work for you, not against you. So if you've ever said, I enjoy to cook, and felt something was wrong but couldn't explain why, this episode is for you.
Or if you've ever paused mid-sentence because you weren't sure if it was avoid to say or avoid saying.
Yes, that pause. We know that pause. And today, we have something real for you. This is an A2 to B1 level episode, so relax. You don't need to catch every single word.
Just listen. Let it flow.
Exactly. And along the way, we'll pick up a few really useful words you can use in a real conversation, today if you want.
And one small homework task. 1 sentence in the comments.
Just one. But first, one small favor. If Speak English Flow is helping you, please subscribe.
New episodes every day. Real English, real conversations. Exactly like this one.
And share this with one friend learning English. Just one.
One friend. That's enough. Ready?
Let's go. Mohin, honestly, when do gerunds trip you up the most?
Whenever I try to say what I like or don't like doing, I always freeze between ing and to.
The honest version?
The honest version is I know both forms exist, I just never know which verb wants which one. So sometimes I just avoid the sentence completely.
And that feeling has a name. It's called grammar freeze. I want to share a story. A listener wrote to us. His name is Rakib. He takes a long train ride to work every single day.
And what happened?
For months, whenever coworkers asked about his journey, he'd just say, I go office by train, because he was scared of getting the gerund wrong. He felt stuck, like his English had a hole exactly where his real life was.
That's such a specific kind of stuck.
It really is. But one day, he just tried the full sentence. I don't mind commuting, actually. It's my reading time. Commute. When we say commute, we mean the regular journey you take between home and work.
Like the ing turned a boring fact into an actual feeling.
Exactly. You can say, I don't mind commuting. It's quiet time for me.
I don't mind commuting. I like that. It sounds like an opinion, not a report.
It is an opinion. And little by little, Rakib started adding one true feeling to every sentence. Same train, same route, just a different sentence.
Did people respond differently?
They started asking him more, what he reads, what he listens to. He wasn't just reporting a fact anymore. He was sharing a life. Turn the doing into a thing, and suddenly people want to know more.
4 ideas, real ones, from a real train ride. Let's go.
You know what's strange about English? Sometimes a verb stops acting like an action and starts acting like a photograph.
A photograph?
Think about it. Running is an action, something moving. But say, running is great exercise, and suddenly running just sits there, like a noun, like a subject.
So you freeze the action and now you can talk about it.
Exactly. You freeze the movement into a picture, and that picture, the ing word, can be the subject or the object of a sentence.
Like, swimming relaxes me instead of just I swim.
Perfect example. The action became the subject of the whole sentence.
Reading calms me down. Did I do it right?
You did perfectly. Instead of saying to swim is relaxing, most natural speakers say swimming is relaxing. Say it the natural way. Here's the tricky part. Some verbs only want to hang out with ing, and others only want to.
Verbs have preferences?
They really do. Think of it like friend groups. Enjoy, avoid, finish, mind, suggest. They only invite gerunds. Want, decide, hope, plan. They only invite to plus verb.
So I enjoy multitasking, not I enjoy to multitask.
Exactly right. And I want to multitask, never I want multitasking. Multitask, when we say multitask, we mean doing more than one thing at the same time, like replying to messages while you're cooking.
Like right now, honestly.
Instead of I'm bad in multitask, say I'm bad at multitasking. You can say I don't enjoy multitasking, but I do it anyway.
I don't enjoy multitasking, but I do it anyway. That's basically my life description.
Perfectly said, and perfectly correct.
Okay, what about after words like in, at, of? Those trip me up the most.
That's because prepositions are like doors, and only ing fits through that door, never a plain to verb.
So interested in learn is wrong?
Right, it has to be interested in learning. Good at, tired of, before, after, all doors. Always ing walks through.
Tired of waiting, good at cooking, same door every time.
Every single time. It's one of the most reliable rules in English.
Finally, a rule that doesn't change its mind.
Instead of before to sleep, say before sleeping. One door, one rule, no exceptions. And here's the last shift. Gerunds aren't just grammar. They're how you describe who you are.
What do you mean?
Instead of listing facts, I go running, I read books, try describing yourself through what you love doing. I love running before work. I'm really into reading before bed.
So it's less like a form and more like a personality.
Exactly. I'm into commuting by train sounds like a real person. I commute by train sounds like a form you filled in.
I'm into commuting with a good podcast, terrible at multitasking, and honestly love overthinking my emails. Ouch, too real.
That's not a mistake anymore, Moheen. That's a personality. Before we wrap up, something really practical. 5 ways to begin when someone asks what you enjoy doing.
The what do you enjoy moment. Always a little scary.
Exactly. So here they are. I'm really into, I don't mind, honestly, I love, I'm not great at, but I enjoy, and what I really enjoy is
5 doors, not one.
5 doors. Let's try one live. Moheen, what do you enjoy doing at work?
Honestly, I love brainstorming new ideas with the team, even if half of them never happen.
Brainstorm. When we say brainstorm, we mean throwing out lots of ideas quickly, together, without judging them yet.
Like a mental storm of ideas all at once.
You can say, I love brainstorming, even the ideas that go nowhere. See, the words were already inside you. You just needed the door.
The sentence starter is the door.
The sentence starter is the door. Exactly.
Okay, let's go back. Let's remember everything.
Good idea. Idea 1?
Gerunds freeze the action into a noun. Running is great, not just I run.
Perfect. Idea 2?
Some verbs only want ing. Enjoy, avoid, finish, mind. Others only want to. Want, decide,
hope, plan.
Idea 3?
After a preposition, it's always ing. Good at, tired of, before, after, always the same door.
And the last one?
Gerunds aren't just grammar. They're how I describe who I am, not just what I do.
Mohan, that was perfect. You remembered all 4.
That's a small win.
That's definitely a small win. Can I say something for a moment?
Of course, please.
If you've ever second-guessed a tiny ing you added months ago, it wasn't because you don't know English. It was because you're paying close enough attention to care. Every sentence you try is like a coin in your pocket. Small, easy to miss, but they add up. You found this video. You listened. You're still here. That is everything.
If my mouth can move, yours can too.
We believe in you. We really do. Before we go, your homework.
Easy homework.
Go to the comments and complete this. I really enjoy INGing.
For example, I really enjoy brainstorming new ideas. Or, I really enjoy commuting with a good podcast.
One sentence, that's enough. We read every comment.
Everyone, and please subscribe to Speak English Flow.
Share this with one friend learning English. Just one.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. Thank you for listening. Turn the doing into a thing. We'll see you on day 11. Bye-bye.